So I'm gonna place an 8x8 Olympic weightlifting platform, but I have a 2-inch slope going in the garage. What I did, I measured the height from here to the ceiling, and I measured the height from here to the ceiling, okay? And then the distance from there to that lip, okay? To right here. And then basic mathematics, you take your rise over your run. Your rise is the difference of the height here and the height there. If you have a slope, you will have a difference, right? Somewhere between 1 and 2 inches. And then your rise over your run. Your run is your x-axis, okay? So y over x is your rise over run. And then you compute that. That's how you compute any slope. Y over x. The difference, the delta in y over x, okay? Mine came out to be 1.87. Standard slope in construction. So you will notice that once you're lifting, not so much just walking in the garage, you won't notice that. Even if you pour some water, a lot of the water will stay here, right? It's gotta be a flood in order to see the flow of the water going out. But if you just pour some water, some of it will start slowly going out, some little puddles will stay. So same with the barbell, you drop the barbell, it will roll, but not just take off, okay? It'll roll, but it won't take off. It'll roll to the left or to the right, or it'll just move a little bit out towards the garage. But what you want is you want to place the barbell and the barbell just stay. So no rolling whatsoever. So I need to eliminate 1.7 of the slope, right? That 1.8 of the slope, that's on a 18-foot length of the garage. So it ends up being, when you compute that, you could just divide that by per foot, and then you see how much slope you have per foot, okay? So this is 4x8, right? So I wanna know how much I have per foot, and then I just multiply that by 8, and then that's how you know how much slope you have in this area. So one way to do that, well, I did compute the slope and all that. Another way to verify this, you get your 4x8. I put some weights, right? Because you put your leveler here. Before I did this, the bubble was more towards towards one of the sides, okay? So I have a 10-pound bumper plates, which measure about 3/4 of an inch. That's how the width of the bumper plates. You just try out different bumper plates depending on your slope, okay? So I gave these first two a try. Placed the plywood, looked at my leveler, and boom, I got it on there. Okay, it's level now. This is 4 foot right here. So basically the first 4 foot of my platform, right? See that? You can fix that. But towards this end, there's zero slope. The slope goes that way, okay? So at the front of my platform, right? At the front of the platform, everything is level, okay? So here, at the back of the platform, the back wall, you can call this, right? This will be the back wall. That'll be the garage door. This is still a three-fourths of an inch plywood. Once you take the measurement though, right? This is like 9/16. Okay? You see that it's not level, so you want less of this here, okay? So that's why you have different thickness of plywoods here, okay? This is 1/8, okay? This is right there. I got that one. You got a 1/4 inch board, okay? You have a 3/8, okay? You also got a 5/8, okay? And another 3/8, okay? So what you want to do is you want to create this like like kind of like a staircase wedge, all right? Where here you have this one, and as you go towards the back wall, you have less and less thickness. So like your first 24 inches, there will be none here. So right now we're looking into where the slope starts, and we're using a 1/4 plywood. Right here, there's zero slope here. So the slope starts right around here. That's what we're looking for. So this is what we're doing. We just cut 5 inches of this, right? 1/4. And this is a 0.56 inches. And we measure where it was leveled. So we're creating these wedges here, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch with a 1/4. All right. So this is what we got so far. We have a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. This is about 3/4 of an inch, right? And then this is about under an inch. So like 0.80 of an inch. That's 8 feet, okay? By 8 feet, okay? So as you can see, they're getting thicker and thicker, right? So this is an 18-foot garage. So half of it's over here, okay? So from the back wall, where that lip is at, to about right here, there's an inch of a drop, okay? Just a little under an inch. And from here back there is another inch. So it's a 2-inch drop. Precisely, it's a little under 2 inches, right? Once you measure your slope. So we've been measuring the slope, as you can see, right, for each little gap. So right now it's been leveled from the back wall, the lip, to the first plywood, and then from the first plywood to the second, from the second to the third to this last one, everything's level. So from here to back there, it's all leveled out. So there's the first plywood. All right, we just put the leveler and it was all level. Okay, we're about to put the second plywood over there. And you'll see, here's the rubber tiles that came in today. Okay, 1.5 thick. So this is what it looks like. He was able to achieve right there, 0 slope, 8x8 platform. That's what it looks like for now. You can see the 1.5 inch rubber tiles right there. The 8x8 Olympic platform will be here tomorrow. See, I added this layer right here, okay? This is a 3/8. 3/8, yeah, 3/8 layer, which is about 0.36 inches, okay? So the frame is 2 inches, okay? So if you add 1.6, I'm sorry, yeah, 1.5 for the rubber tiles, plus the 0.36, right? That's like 1.9. You're really close to that 1.9, right? Because this is like 0.37, 0.38, something like that. So, you know, you got about 1.9 with this, and that, right? So we can sit flush with the frame. So here's the platform. It arrived today. It's an 8x8. I just installed the 1.5-inch thickness rubber tiles, 8 of them. Originally, I bought all 16, but then I decided to do a maple centerpiece. You see it over there. So there's 2 of them, so they can rise up to that 1.5. So did another platform with the centerpiece 4x4 for deadlift. And here shortly, you guys will see that there. It's also stained. You don't see it right, it's on the other side. It's stained grissom red to match the theme of the gym. But yeah, so far the frame was pretty easy to assemble. You just gotta hit it gets pretty tight, so the rubber tiles, you gotta start hitting them with a rubber mallet just to get them in there. Overall, it's been about 20 minutes. And yeah, so far it's looking good. Doing the last cut of the plywood. So we just cut that one. Now we do this one, just the top layer, and we should be done. Look at that, look at that. Flushed with the rubber tiles, okay? Flushed with the rubber tiles, 1.5 inches. Yes. So here she is. Ended up doing the 8x8 platform, leveled with 0 slope. Ended up having some plywood and rubber tiles left over after I decided to go with originally it was just gonna be the 16 rubber tiles, but then I decided to do the centerpiece with the maple hardwood. So that freed up 8 rubber tiles. Out of the 8, ended up having, what was it? 8 here, right, for the deadlift. But I also decided to do a deadlift platform, so that freed up 4 rubber tiles. And I went about the centerpiece for the deadlift. So deadlift platform is also leveled with no slope. It's they're both stained with some mini wax. The color series, just took it to Lowe's. Got the red paint or the red stain. This is called Grissom Red, and this one's called True Black. This is maple, right? It's all leveled, okay? And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, I'll be uploading more to this channel.